Listen, more than one thing can be true at once. Islam Makhachev is a great fighter, but that doesn't mean he deserves a title shot yet. Hey, what's up, fight nerds? This is your boy. I want to talk to you about a topic that I've been hearing since UFC 274, which has been, should Islam Makhachev actually be fighting for the title against Charles Oliveira next? And in my opinion, no. And it's very simple and objective as to why. I think anyone can agree that Islam is a great fighter. We've seen it. You can look and see like what his strengths are in terms of grappling, and even he's actually a little better at striking than Khabib was, and even his grappling's a little different because he relies a lot on trips. He's actually really tricky. I actually really like his style. That being said, though, this call to immediately make Islam versus Charles is kind of rushed because, okay, it's not about what we just see as in skills. It's about what they have achieved in the UFC. He does have a 10-fight win streak, but against who? The who does matter. So let's talk about who is actually saying that he should get it. Now, obviously, his cousin Khabib, right? He's saying, or best friend or whatever. Khabib is really saying, hey, we should be doing this fight in Abu Dhabi. You must make this fight. He would. That's his guy. And also, he's using the streak because him having a fight streak, also a winning streak, pardon me, also favored Khabib in his career. And who else is saying? Daniel Cormier. Once again, this is an AKA guy who's also saying this is what should be next. And I remember when he was on his show RC in DC, he's talking about like, yeah, you know, it's the eye test. Like you just gotta look. We get it. No one is saying Islam is not a great fighter. But where is his marquee win? Where is his win against a top 5 guy? He does not have it. I mentioned earlier his winning streak versus Oliveira's winning streak. The 5 guys that he just won mean more in that 10 fight. Actually, the only dude that is even in the top 10 from Islam is Sarukian. I think he's like number 10 right now. He just last beat Bobby Green, right? And then before that was Thiago Moises, which stylistically was a very good match and kind of a precursor to what we could get with Oliveira, except Oliveira is going to be a little bit more high level, I believe. But I think the right thing to do, just to keep the division honest, is to make Islam versus Beneil Dariush. It makes sense. Number 1 contender fight, because Beneil's also someone who would not shy away from the challenges on the ground. He's also a great grappler. And then after that, you get Oliveira. Funny enough, I think that would actually make Islam's road to the title much harder than Khabib's was, because Khabib had a lot of the same type of dude, which is, I gotta keep Khabib standing up, because once it goes to the ground, it's over. Versus, Islam has a couple of guys who will actually challenge him on the ground. And that's even including Michael Chandler, because Michael Chandler is also not scared to go down there either. But I'm just saying, Beneil Dariush and Islam Makhachev make sense to be next as far as rankings are also concerned. And it will give him a marquee win because they're right there. Then whoever wins from that goes on to fight Oliveira for the championship. I think it makes the most sense as far as ranking and giving Islam a marquee win, which he does not have. It doesn't matter if you're just looking at his skill. It's crazy because to hear Daniel Cormier say these type of things, he has fought at the highest level, whether it was in heavyweight, light heavyweight, or when he was wrestling in the Olympics. He understands there are rankings. He understands that in competition, it's supposed to be a proving ground. How did you go from fighting Bobby Green to Charles Oliveira? Now, mind you, Bobby Green, I'm not saying like he sucks or something, but where's he ranked? The rankings have to mean something. If we're just gonna have an eye test for people and say, based off of what I see, I'm gonna give him, come on now. How fair is that? That doesn't really make any sense. But if we wanna keep this pure, as pure as we can. Let's look at these rankings. Let's have Beneil and Islam fight, then go for Charles, and let Charles do what he wants to do in the middle. Because right now he's largely uninjured from his fight, and he wants to fight Conor, but that's not gonna happen because Conor is not even ready to fight yet. So have him wait there, and then also you have Justin and Dustin perhaps fight. It keeps them high in the rankings as well. And then maybe Chandler and Conor could get their fight going on. So it is what it is. Because I don't understand why Dustin's saying that he should fight Oliveira, because he just lost and he hasn't had a win. How do you lose to the champion, not get a win, and then... Well, actually, that did happen with Jorge Masvidal, right? But that was kind of a name thing, which, once again, that's not okay either. But let's just stick to the lightweight division, right? Once again, I think Islam needs to fight Beneil Dariush to get his marquee win and to really earn that spot. Because just saying that he has a 10-fight winning streak doesn't mean anything. Not all streaks are made equal. And I think we have to learn to be objective. Specifically the guys who are saying this. Because even Joe Rogan's saying the same thing. And I'm like, you know better. Or else these rankings don't mean anything. I mean, and a lot of times they don't, because Conor McGregor, isn't he still in the top 10? And he hasn't had a win at lightweight since before the Floyd fight? So maybe in a weird way the rankings don't mean anything. But damn, like, don't make it obvious like that. That's just crazy. That's just my opinion on the matter. Charles Oliveira is still the champ. To me, clearly. I mean, look at what he's doing to these guys too. It's like you gotta earn that spot. You can't just fight somebody who's unranked. And then look, he called out RDA, Islam I'm talking about. Called out RDA, didn't even accept the fight. And I think that's because he understands that RDA is also someone that on the ground wouldn't be able to just run all over like that. But that if he would have actually took that fight with RDA, that would have been his marquee win. Then I probably wouldn't, and a lot of other people wouldn't be saying what we're saying right now, because RDA is also high in the lightweight rankings. There you go. But he didn't take that. So I think Beneil makes sense, because I also don't want to shit on Beneil, because that's also his shot. He's been working hard too. Why not? Let me know what you think. Do you think Islam should get it? Do you think that he needs to fight a couple fights, one more fight, whatever? Let's talk about it in the comments. Until then, keep watching these fights and enter the nerd.